Check ccgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your first purchase with TCG Center 5 code. You can also trade your Pokemon bulk for a new Sun.
How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at another deck in the standard format. This time, I'm bringing you another log deck, which is going to be Giratina featuring Flygon from the Primal Clash. So yeah, Flygon from the Primal Clash. What? Yes, it's a Flygon from the Primal Clash with the Sand Flap ability. I kind of like it. Because once during a turn, you might choose either player. That player shuffle his or her hand into his or her deck and draws 4 cards. That's it. Mainly, you can force your opponent to go down to 4 cards, and with the Delinquent play, you can put him down to 1 card, and with Crushing and Enhanced Hammers and Team Flare Grunts and stuff like that, you can simply Chaos Wheel, prevent him from being able to play Tool cards, Special Energies, and Stadium cards, which means we can limit our opponent play so badly. Sand Flap, very, very good ability, and I really like it. So, in order to get Flygon in play, of course, you're gonna need Trapinch and Vibrava, or you should just need Trapinch and Rare Candy, so you can go from the Trapinch onto your Flygon, but you're not available to that on your turn 1. So, running 12 Pokemons in this deck, 4 of them are going to be, of course, Giratina-EX, and they're going to be our main attackers. So, I'm not running a Tauros in this build, I'm not running any additional attacker in this build, which means that against weakness, against fairy decks, we're not going to have good time. But yeah, every deck needs to suffer from something, and I was also thinking about taking maybe some weakness policies inside, but to be honest, I couldn't find enough space to fit also weakness policies, because if I take weakness policies and remove hammers, probably I'm gonna suffer from the other decks and other matchups. But if you're looking forward to have maybe better matchup against that fairy deck, you can always remove 1 Enhanced Hammer, because fairy decks does not run special energies, and you can move 1 Parallel City from this build, and you can simply add 2 more weakness policies, so you can have much better matchup against fairy decks, because in that case you're not gonna have weakness, and you're not gonna be, and your opponent will not gonna be able to one-hit knockout your Giratinas with their Gardevoirs. But on the other side, if your opponent will play Mega Guardy deck, with Mega Guardy he simply cannot one-hit knockout our Giratina without Hex Maniac in play, because we have that Regeneration Pulse ability, which will allow us to prevent all damage counters from Mega Evolution Pokemons in play. So if you're looking to have better matchup against just specific fairy decks, you should just remove 1 Enhanced Hammer and 1 Pearl City and add 2 weakness policies, and that's it. So, 12 Pokemons, 4 of them are Giratina-EX, main and only attacker. Backup attacker can be Flygon with the Centaur, but still it has weakness on the fairies, so it's not going to be good against fairies, as I mentioned earlier. 2-1-2 line of the Trapinch, Vibrava, and Flygon. 1 Hoopa is here just for the Squandering, in case if you need it. And of course, 2 copies of Shaymin for the setup, and you can also Sky Return with your Shaymin. Moving on to the item cards, of course, since this is a disruptive and log deck, I'm running 4 copies of Crushing Hammers. Flip a coin if it has discard an energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemons in play. That's pretty much it. You can discard 1 energy from any of your Pokemon in play. With an Enhanced Hammer, you can get advantage without flipping a coin, being able to discard 1 special energy from one of your opponent Pokemons in play. But to be honest, an Enhanced Hammer, if we can use Chaos Wheel properly on our turn 2, an Enhanced Hammer is not going to be necessary, because we're going to be able to go easily against our opponent. Special energies with the Chaos Wheel, so Enhanced Hammer will not be that good. But anyways, if our opponent go first, and if he somehow managed to attach special energy, Enhanced Hammer can help a lot. In addition to that, 1 copy of Escape Rope, which can help us very, very much, especially against special conditions and any other problems that we might face in match. 2 copies of Rare Candy, so just in case 1 Rare Candy is priced, we can have another one to go from the Trapinch to the Flygon. 1 Special Charge, so we can recycle back some of the special energies. 1 Timer Ball, just optional, so we can also have the opportunity to flip a coin and get those Vibrava and Flygons in play. Timer Ball can also be substitute for maybe another special charge, maybe for something like Olympia or even better Center Lady, but I highly recommend maybe Olympia. 3 copies of Trainer's Mails, 4 Ultra Balls, and 4 V Seekers. You know, with Ultra Ball, we can search a deck for any Pokemon. With the Trainer's Mail, you can reveal the top 4 cards and grab any item card or trainer card you find there, put it into your hand, expect for a Trainer's Mail. With the V Seeker, you have opportunity to play any supporter card from your discard pile and put it into your hand. 2 copies of Pearl Cities is my stadium decision. Basically, with the Pearl City, you can remove Shaymins and Hoopas from your bench, so I really like that option, to be honest. But you can also limit your opponent bench space, or you can prevent grass, fire, or water Pokemons, reducing their damage for actually 20. It's also not bad. In addition to that, from the support line, of course, we're running 1 copy of Deliquent because Sandflap with Deliquent is very powerful and very broken. You can put your opponent down to 1 card. That's just insane. In addition to that, of course, running 1 copy of Hex Maniac, so I can shut down all abilities in play. You know, you never know when you're gonna need Hex Maniac. Same as the Lysander. And then I'm running 8 Draft Supporters. I mean, Professor Kukui is a semi-draft supporter. 3 draft supporters are N, and 4 draft supporters are actually Sycamores, with addition of 1 Professor Kukui, who can also draft 2 cards and does 20 more damage. Professor Kukui is very important here for decks like Solgaleo or decks who has 250 HP, because you cannot one-hit knockout 250 HP deck, but with help of Professor Kukui and Fighting Fury Belt, Giratina at least can go for like 130. Doing that twice will be 260. Without that combination, you're probably not going to be good, and you're probably not going to be able to go for a 2-hit knockout, which is not good at all for a deck like this. 1 copy of Skyla, pretty much optional, because it can help us to search a deck for any training card and we can put it into our hand. I kind of like that, especially with the Flygon Sandflap. 1 Team Flare Grunt, so we can just discard an energy to our opponent, attached to our opponent active Pokemon in play. 4 tool cards, 2 Fighting Fury Belts for extra 40 HP and 10 damage, so our Giratina can be even more tanky. 2 copies of Floatstone, so you know we can retreat for free with Floatstone attached to our to one of our Pokemons in play. And 8 energies in total, which 4 of them are double dragon energies and 4 of them are just regular double colors energies. If you're looking for any of these cards, of course, you can find them on tcgcastle.com with TCG Center 5 code. You can also get 5% discount on your first purchase. Typing TCG Center 5 code is always good, but you need to be new to the store. Also, if you're looking to trade your old bulk, you can get new Sun and Moon 2 Guardian Raising Booster Box. So the new Sun and Moon Guardian Raising Booster Box is pretty badass. It has a lot of good cards inside, so you can find all links in my video description. It's available worldwide, so make sure to check that. Let's do 1 game test so you can actually see this deck in action. So, alright, so looks like my opening hand is not the best, but it's also not the worst. 1 Palkia EX for my opponent on the other side. I wish I have something that can actually prevent my opponent from attacking me. For example, alright. For example, something like a Safeguard, also available in this deck. But the GXs are on the other side. And yeah, as long as GX is in play, it's not anymore EX. I can imagine, of course we're gonna play Flare Grunt here immediately. As I talked about, will this be a Ultra Ball? Well, I'll tell you one thing, since I already played my Skull Grunt here, I'm just gonna pass my turn for now. Not even looking to play Ultra Ball for another Trapinch or Vibrava or maybe even anything else. Just gonna pass my turn for now, because next turn I'm gonna top deck 1 more card and I can play Ultra Ball, theoretically, for Sycamore and another card and get, for example, 1 Giratina, then set up and still have available Ultra Ball for maybe another Shaymin. So there is more and greater chance to pull maybe that Flygon. Anyways, I think they're gonna print something like a Safeguard, which will be for GXs and EXs in the future. I'm 100% positive they're gonna do something like that. So I'm gonna need maybe Crushing Hammer here so I can prevent my opponent from playing that Palkia Aqua Turbo. Luckily he didn't hit another Max Elixir here because he would be able to just retreat down to the Palkia and use Aqua Turbo. That would be so devastating for me. Anyways, he decided to retreat. Ooh, alright, alright. A Pearl City is a top deck, but to be honest, not gonna play the Pearl City yet. We'll be greedy here and we'll go just for one more Giratina. How many rare candies? I do have 2 rare candies available. Alright, that's just perfectly fine. Let's go with another, with the first Shaymin here for the 5. So the first setup will allows me to maybe get what I'm looking for here. And mainly I'm looking for here for the Flygon. No way! No freaking way that this has happened right now. I didn't hit single heads on that coin flip, which means I'm forced to discard my rare candy from my hand for play Shaymin for 6. This is like a nightmare. Literally it is. Alright, so can I get more luck right now with the Trainer's Mail? Nope, I can just find myself a Crushing Hammer, which I'm definitely gonna use, but this was so damn bad. Crushing Hammer, it will also be a Tails. Alright, let's see what we can find with Kukui. Okay, saves the day. This actually saves the day. That Ultra Ball saves the day because I can finally have Flygon in play. And of course this is gonna be a Rare Candy Flygon. There we go. A Floatstone available for my Mr. Flygon. Of course I'm gonna use my Sandflap. Of course I'm gonna use my Sandflap, and I hope I can find a Crushing Hammer which will give me the heads of the coin flip. There we go. There is a Crushing Hammer. And it's heads. More than that, I'm gonna play one Trainer's Mail here, which is gonna be for a Deliquant. Alright, that Deliquant might be huge next turn. Might not, so at least I can play my Chaos Wheel for 130, but there is no Stadium in play. So I'm definitely gonna need my Pearl City. At the end, this ends pretty good. There is one Professor Kukui for my opponent. 2 cards and that's it. Alright, this is a huge advantage for me at this moment. Really it is. What I'm gonna do here is... Nope, I'm just gonna... Well, I'm actually gonna play my Sandflap here. Yeah, why not? Because mainly I want to preserve my V-Seeker, but I'm definitely looking for energy to attach, of course. I can even have the Lysander down to his Manaphy, but I cannot go for the one-hit knockout. So maybe it's not bad time to Lysander his Palkia and do some damage to it. 110 definitely, because next turn I can knock out that Palkia with energies in play, and I'm definitely gonna go for that. Plus I can maybe hit Crushing Hammer or something like that. So that Lysander play was, in my opinion, decent. Still, if he attach energy from his play and maybe goes with the Aqua Turbo, he can have 2 more. He can have 3 energies available on his Lapras, which means I'm gonna need my Center Lady to escape that possible Paralyzed lock with the Ice Beam. There's a Lysander for my Shaymin on the bench and 1 Aqua Turbo. This is even better for me, to be honest, because all I really need right now is just a double Course Energy or a Floatstone, so I can have that retreat available. Look at the top deck here. It's gonna be a Pearl City, but do I want to play the Pearl City right now? Yeah, we should do that. We should do that definitely. I'm gonna limit my bench space down to 3, and I'm gonna Sycamore for 7 before I goes with my Flygon one more time. There is a double Course Energy. Will I be a greedy monster here? Not sure. Not sure if I want really to do that. I'm just gonna retreat my Shaymin down to my Giratina, and more than that, this is just gonna be one huge Chaos Wheel for the knockout against his Palkia. Say goodbye to Mr. Palkia. Next turn I can have 2 more prize cards available with another Lysander play. most importantly is that he's probably going to clutch right now for that Ice Beam GX, which is not good. But still, it's definitely not good. It's definitely not good. Ice Beam GX as expected, but only for 80. And he can go for like 140. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna attach energy and I'm gonna Ultra Ball for 1 Giratina and 1 Trapinch just to see what else I have left in my deck. I have Escape Rope available. I have Floatstone, but I don't have... Alright, so I can maybe... Let me see something. No, I don't have Skyla. I don't have Skyla. Let's risk. Let's risk with the Sand Flap first here. Let's see if we can maybe hit Escape Rope there. Oh, no Escape Rope, but there's a V-Seeker. Alright, still, it's a decent play. So, of course, I'm going to use my Special Charge here to recycle back 2 Special Energies, and after that, that's going to be V-Seeker play for Professor Sycamore. I hope I'm not going to regret my decision here with that Professor Sycamore. Oh, there is Escape Rope, so I can relieve finally. There we go. So, Escape Rope. I can escape from my active position, and I can still put more pressure to my opponent. Glacian here with my Chaos Wheel, so that's gonna be 110, huge 110 damage counters. 2 targets available for the victory here. The first one is a Glacian, the second one is a Palkia on the bench, and I still have 2 V-Seekers available, which is more than enough for the victory. Of course, he needs to retreat down to his Giratina, to his Lapras, and he decided to collect instead of just striking for 160. What a bad decision that was, in my opinion. Oh my god. Alright, never mind. So, let's just go for the Palkia. Let's attach another... let's attach 1 Double Dragon Energy to our Flygon in play. And basically that's going to be 1 Sand Flap, which means I'm going to put my opponent down to 4 cards. There we go, you're going down to 4 cards, my friend. And basically that collect was not good. That was definitely not good. He should strike for like 160 if he can. But he decided not to do it because probably he was looking forward for the Lysander play. And maybe theoretically with the Lysander get a knockout against my Giratina on the bench. But there is 1 Professor Sycamore for 7. And basically I think this is a GG. I think this is gonna be it. There is no more options available for my opponent because he can't recover from the damage that actually Glacian had. There's a Blizzard Burn which is going to be for like 140, but more than that, I do have V-Seeker available in my hand, which will give me the opportunity to grab that Lysander play the Lysander down to my opponent Glacian, down to 110 with the Chaos Wheel for another knockout and for the last 2 prize cards in this game, and that's the GG. So very, very strong version of the Giratina with the Flygon. You can definitely do a lot of problems to your opponent. As you can see in this video, that was very, very good matchup for me. Even that Ice Beam GX was not that good because I simply managed to recover with the Escape Rope pretty easily. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you have any questions, as always, don't forget to leave comments below. So let me know what you think about this version of the deck. Do you like it or not? Because I think it's pretty cool and I think it has a lot of potential. So till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.